The warm glow of terrace lights cast an inviting spell over the bungalow that Saturday evening. Radha and Ashim had planned this gathering meticulously, inviting close friends and a few colleagues from Ashim's consultancy firm. The air buzzed with anticipation, but nothing could have prepared Radha for the night that awaited her, a night that would strip her of more than just her hair. Radha descended the stairs, dressed in a black sari that clung to her athletic figure, accentuating every curve. Her blouse was scandalously backless, held together by thin strings that danced teasingly with every movement she made. Her long, toned back gleamed under the lights, and the deep-cut neckline of the blouse barely contained her full curves. Her thick, jet-black hair was tied in a sleek high ponytail that swayed provocatively with her every step, reaching just above her waist. Her red lipstick and smoky eyes added to her allure, making her the undeniable center of attention the moment she stepped onto the terrace. Ashim, usually composed, couldn't hide his admiration for his wife, but he wasn't the only one mesmerized. Jack, one of Ashim's colleagues, stared at her with a mixture of envy and desire. Her hair, thick and straight like liquid silk, became an obsession for Jack. He had often fantasized about the day he'd get to touch or better, cut it. The party started innocently enough. Laughter, drinks, and light conversations filled the air. Radha moved gracefully among the guests, the swish of her ponytail drawing glances and whispers. Ashim, caught in a heated debate about cricket, barely noticed Jack's scheming. The bet that changed everything. It started as a harmless argument about cricket history. Jack and Ashim debated the venue of Sunil Gavaskar's record-breaking century. Fueled by alcohol, their discussion turned into a bet. If Ashim lost, he'd do whatever Jack asked. Confident in his knowledge, Ashim agreed. But when the record book revealed Jack was right, Ashim's smug confidence crumbled. Jack seized the moment. As per the bet, Ashim, you have to do what I say, he declared, his voice commanding the room's attention. And I know exactly what I want. Turning to the crowd, he smirked. Ladies and gentlemen, Radha has the most beautiful hair I've ever seen. Tonight, Ashim will cut it off. The terrace fell silent. Radha froze, her face draining of color. Ashim stared at Jack in disbelief, but the crowd, emboldened by drinks, began cheering. Radha's eyes met Ashim's, silently pleading, but Jack wouldn't back down. The haircut beg. Jack led Radha to the center of the terrace and gestured for her to sit on a chair. Salim, a friend with a passion for hairstyling, stepped forward with his tools. He draped a white cape over Radha, but Jack pulled it off with a laugh. No cape, let's see every moment of this transformation. Radha's sleek ponytail became the focus. Jack grabbed it, his fingers tangling in her thick, glossy hair. With deliberate precision, he snipped the rubber band, releasing the ponytail. Her hair tumbled down her back, a cascade of black silk flowing like a waterfall. The sight was mesmerizing, the crowd murmured in awe. Salim combed through her hair, lifting sections to show its length and volume. Let's start with a U-cut, he announced, grabbing his scissors. With the first snip, 4 inches fell to the floor. Radha's cheeks burned as her once pristine hair was casually trimmed. The U-cut transitioned into layers as Salim sprayed her hair with water, making it shimmer under the lights. Radha sat stiffly, her face flushed with embarrassment, as the crowd gave suggestions. Shorter, someone called out. Give her a lob, yelled another. Jack grinned devilishly. You heard them, Salim. Cut it shorter. Ashim takes over. Ashim, still in shock, was handed the scissors. Your turn, Ashim, Jack said, his voice dripping with mockery. Ashim hesitated, looking at Radha's tear-filled eyes. But the crowd's pressure was overwhelming. He moved behind his wife and took a deep breath. With trembling hands, he cut 6 more inches, the strands falling like silk to the floor. Radha's once waist-length hair was now barely at her bra strap. She looks great, Ashim muttered, hoping it was over. But Jack wasn't done. How about a lob and bangs, he suggested. Radha's eyes widened in horror. Ashim hesitated but nodded, resigned to his loss. He sectioned Radha's hair, cutting it to just above her shoulders. Her back, once hidden by her thick tresses, was now fully exposed. Salim stepped in to cut face-framing bangs, leaving Radha's cheeks flaming with humiliation as her new look emerged. The tattoo. As the haircut finished, Jack added another twist. A tattoo would complete the look, he said. He suggested a butterfly design, placed daringly on Radha's chest. Radha protested, but Jack and the crowd overruled her. Salim prepared the tattoo kit. Ashim reluctantly agreed, untying her blouse and leaving her in her bra. Radha crossed her arms over her chest, but the cape was draped back over her shoulders as the tattoo began. The needle pierced her skin, and Radha winced in pain. Tears streamed down her face as the butterfly took shape, each line a bold declaration of the night's events. When it was done, she stared at her reflection, stunned by the woman looking back at her. The party ended, but the night was far from over. Back in their bedroom, Ashim couldn't take his eyes off Radha. Her short lob and bangs framed her face beautifully, and the butterfly tattoo peeked seductively from beneath her blouse. He approached her slowly, cupping her face. "You're beautiful," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Radha, still reeling from the night's events, felt tears welling up again. But Ashim's touch ignited something within her.